Don, it looks like you've been raising the bar every week. Is it? Do you agree that you've raised it to another level again tonight?
Oh, look, we played some very good footy tonight. All credit to Richmond early. It was a strong contest, and we knew that. They were a very high pressure side, and again, our guys just composed themselves at the quarter time, and were able to get the game, played the way we wanted to play it, and they played some really strong, positive footy again.
It's obvious that all the media are going to talk up Adelaide's premiership chances because of tonight's performance. It was very good. But is that your challenge at the moment, is keeping everything tight within the club?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the reality is our guys they've built some really strong belief and trust in each other, and performances like tonight don't hurt in that space. But we know there's a long way to go, and we've had a great start to the season, but we're at round 6. So, there's still 16 home and aways and whatever after that. So there's a lot of work still to be done and a lot of ground still to be covered.
And is that quarter time, half time highlight to you that importance you've emphasised about contested footy? That lose it in the first quarter, lose it on the scoreboard, win it in the second quarter, really win it on the scoreboard?
Yeah, it's probably not quite as simplistic as that, but certainly the numbers at quarter time were stark against us, and I think we were 9 points down at quarter time. And after that point, contested ball sort of swung into our favour, which was a highlight. Clearly, as I've said all along, we want to be strong in all the phases. And tonight, early, we were, to Richmond's credit, they were very good in that area, and we weren't. And to the players' credit, as I said, they were able to bounce back, and the last 3 quarters were strong in that phase.
Is that one of the best games you've seen from Sam Jacobs this year? Well,
he was very good against Hawthorn round 2, and he was very good again tonight. He generated a fair bit of ball for us. His ruck work was a high standard, and his follow-up was great. So it's good work a good reward for Sam, because he's been doing a lot of work, and certainly it was a good game for him tonight.
It seemed like he was really smart in getting to the spaces, also being a kick behind the play, and just really winning the ball at ground level as well. Yeah,
he did. He actually started linking it up through the midfield for a little while there. So, he's got that capacity, and he kicks the ball well. So he found himself in space at times, and we're able to use him through the midfield. So that was a good night for Sam.
Don, how reassuring is it for you as a coach that you can deliver that message at quarter time and get such a result?
It's less about me delivering the result. It's more about the players, to me, recognising the need for an additional increase in intent, if you like, and that was probably what we spoke about at quarter time. I felt our intent just wasn't there around the ball and with some of our run, and as I said, the players, they acknowledge that, they understand that, and they're able to then collectively, drive that standard for themselves.
That's what I mean. Is that surely that's got to be reassuring to you that they get it, and they get it so quickly, rather than you having to drum it over 1, 2.
Yeah, and that's probably less about. It's probably me reinforcing a little bit of that. It's more them. They understand it. You're right. They get it, but they also understand it's a relationship between the guys, and what they actually are after, and they're building that, and they're building that belief and trust in each other and how we play, and that's what you see as a result tonight.
Is that a lot on, I suppose, Taylor Walker and the way he, obviously leads from the front? He kicked a couple of crucial goals there in the second quarter that really, sparked the momentum there. Yeah, look, that's the case in those situations. You need your leaders to really stand up and lead, and as you say, Tex did. I mean, Rory Sloane jumped up as well, and but it wasn't just about the leaders. It was about the whole group. I thought they really, whether it would be each individual line or players within those lines, they actually just had a bit of resolve about them, and they came out and changed the flow of the game, which is which is great.
So how do you keep challenging them to get better and better?
Well, there's still a lot of work to do. I mean, we review the game, and there's areas where we've got to keep improving. We're not sitting here, as I said previously, I said, self-satisfaction doesn't lead to progress, and we're sitting here, happy with where we're sitting at the moment. We know there's a long way to go, and we know there's areas individually and collectively we have to get better at. So that work continues, and we start again next week with North Melbourne.
They're excited though, Don, about what they're producing out there. It must be.
Oh yeah, it's great, and it was fantastic tonight. Sunday afternoon game, we had 51,500 fans turn up to watch the team play. To play that way, after quarter time was it's exciting. I mean, I must admit, I sit back at the box at times, and some of the ball movement we were able to execute. As I said, it's a real credit to the players, but I'm sure our fans are loving watching it.
Do you feel that you're close to unbeatable when you're playing that sort of attacking brand of footy?
No one's unbeatable. I've been around long enough to understand that no one's unbeatable. So we've got work to do, but when we play that way, we're very hard to play against. Yeah, he's just got a bit of a corky. He'll be fine. We just rested him as precaution towards the end there.
Your intensity in the last quarter didn't drop off at all. You must be also pleased that they still have that hunger to keep going? Is that something that you, like at three-quarter time, that you have to remind them to keep going, or they just still do it themselves?
Yeah, they're in a reasonable space there. They've played enough footy together. They've got a feel for the game as to how it's being played, and they're out there doing it. So they're reading cues from everything they see. Whether it be the way they're playing, how their fatigue levels are, how the opposition's playing. So you sort of engage with them in that conversation around what it looks like, and give them some clear focus points for the last quarter. And tonight they're able to carry it out, which was great.
You see more meaningful numbers than we do. Is there a distinct change from last year? Things that you really see as changing on the numbers?
Well, in terms of the
way you play,
the way we play,
strengths are?
No, nothing significant. Nothing significant is jumping out, to be honest. It's probably more the style we play. And again, each week you come up against different opposition with different strengths, different weaknesses, playing a different way. And I reckon every game this year we've had confronted different, slightly different styles, and that itself allows you to see how your flexibilities and adaptability is around playing against different styles, and that'll continue to be the case. That'll be the same next week against North.
But are there more players contributing more in the output? Is that showing up?
I think that's one of our strengths. I think we've got guys who are clearly playing their roles. They come in, they play their role. The contribution across the group is really even, and they're getting the reward for that because they're not relying on individuals; they're relying on each other.
I suppose it's a bit difficult to make team changes.
Yeah, well, we've got Samful guys running around playing some good footy as well. So hopefully we don't have to make too many changes. But we'll assess that during the week.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.